Hey everybody, it's Miss Luchansky here. So today I'm going to be putting this video up on our course webpage to go over our Walden Integrated Technology project with you. So as you know, we've been spending some time in class reading Walden, talking about Henry David Thoreau's different ideas that he put forth in Walden and his ideas on nature and transcendentalism and simplicity. But now we're going to be taking what we've learned and kind of going a little further with it. So for this project, you'll be working inside and outside of class. So we're going to be using our iPads. Make sure you charge those up and bring those to class daily. We're going to be conducting research, writing podcasts, interviewing peers, recording a podcast, and last but not least, creating a presentation to show what we've found, what we've learned, and present our ideas with our peers. So on this webpage, below you will find each aspect of the activities that we're going to be doing in class and at home. Everything is nice and neatly outlined for you guys to help eliminate any confusion, but nonetheless, this video will help you even when you need a little additional assistance. This symbol right here is placed at the beginning of the webpage so that you can easily access resources that I provide during each day of class below on the webpage. So I've even organized the links here according to the day that you will need to use them. So this first row has all the links for day 1. The second row, all the links for day 2, day 3, and day 4. So everything here is nice and organized for you and simple to click on. When you click on one, it'll take you right in another tab to the webpage, or in some instances, it'll pull it up right here on the Symbaloo, depending on what the tool is. But all of these links here are for you so that you can get to these resources quickly rather than having to find the links down below. So make sure you use the Symbaloo. It's a powerhouse tool. It's great. It's here for you to make your life a little easier while working on your projects. So you might be wondering at this point, well, what are we doing for the project? Here we go. Day 1, before class at home, I would like for you guys to watch this video that I created on how to search Galileo to find instructional articles to help you. So when you're looking through this video, I want you to take some detailed notes on how to navigate Galileo, how to get in there and search for articles. I know this is something that you have done in the past, but nonetheless, the information that I've provided in the video is kind of specific to how to get to the best articles on Galileo, especially for what we're doing with our research. So make sure that you take some notes on the video and start thinking of topics and keywords that you're going to search for in class to help fast track your research. I've put a link here to Purdue OWL to help you with quoting, paraphrasing, and summarizing quotes from secondary sources, because remember, if we don't cite our source, we are plagiarizing, and that's illegal. During class, you guys are going to be using the internet to gather relevant information from multiple sources that support your central ideas about Henry David Thoreau's Walden. Our standards are listed here. Cite strong and thorough textual evidence, determine an author's point of view, gather relevant information. And the agenda for the class is here. Notice how I'm posting interactive links for you to click on here. This is going to take you to Galileo. Your instructions for the class period are listed here. And then your ultimate assignment is listed here as well, your text talk. I've provided an outline for you to help you write your text talk, which is your podcast. So you're going to be doing some research and filling out this outline to help draft your text talk, your podcast. I've even provided a checklist for you to double check before you are finished to ensure that you have proofread your work, included quotes. And then at home, after day 1, you will finish responding to your quotes, draft your text talk script, and check out the before class for day 2. So here, guys, it's really important that after each day, you look at what is required of you to do after class, but also before class for the next day. I know that sounds like a lot, but I promise once you start looking, a lot of the things that you do after class and before class are going to be basically the same. For example, before class for day 2, you need to make sure that you finished your research and your podcast draft, and then watch an instructional video on how to record a conversation and integrate it into a podcast episode. And I have you do this before class because this video is going to be particularly useful in class, and it cuts down on a lot of time that I take from you during the class period so that you can get your work done. So Once we are in class on day 2, you're going to be participating in a brainstorm activity where we will talk about what makes a good interview. And then you will interview your peers to include their insight in your Text Talk episode. I have some thoughts to think about while you're interviewing here on the agenda for the day. And then after class, you're going to be recording the rest of your Text Talk episode and publishing your podcast or your Text Talk on Anchor, which is the app that we will be using to create our podcasts. And I know right now that at the beginning of the project, this all sounds very intense and kind of challenging and confusing, but I promise once we're doing this day by day, step by step in class, this will make so much sense to you and it will seem very natural. You're going to be uploading your podcast and your script for your podcast on Schoology, and get ready for day 3. At day 3, what we're going to be doing in class is giving feedback to our peers. So we've recorded our podcast at this point, we've done the interviews, we've submitted our podcasts, and now we are listening to podcasts of our classmates and leaving them detailed feedback. So we're going to be discussing feedback on day 3, choosing partners, listening to podcasts, and writing detailed feedback for our peers over their podcast episode. At home on day 3, we're going to be finishing peer reviews and accessing a discussion through Padlet. You guys know I love to use Padlet, especially discussion feature. So you'll be accessing our Padlet discussion here to leave any final thoughts on Walden and Henry Thoreau. You see I've already been posting some things in there trying to start the discussion. And during class on day 4, you guys will be using any type of presentation tool software, Keynote, Prezi, PowerPoint, Visme, anything that you can create a digital presentation with, you can use in order to create a presentation over your podcast and over what you've learned with Henry David Thoreau's Walden. And again, I've created an instruction sheet for you with a checklist and a rubric attached so that you can double check to make sure that you have everything you need to get the grade that you want. So it sounds like a lot of work up front, but I guarantee once we get into the groove of using our iPads at home and at school, that this will be a lot more fun and interesting and easier than you think based off of this video alone. And please remember that I'm going to be in class every day with you guys while you're working on this project. I'm there for you in class to ask questions. I can answer your questions, help you when you need the help, whether it be to record your podcast episode, create a presentation, conduct research. I am here for you. And by having you do things at home on your iPad, it frees up some of the time that I will have in class so that I can really help you so that you can do the best that you can do. So, if you have any questions after watching this video, feel free to ask me on Schoology, via email, or even in class. Like I said, I'm here for you. So, I'm really excited to see what you guys come up with as a result of this project. I'm excited to listen to your podcasts and see your presentations. You guys are so creative. So, let's go ahead and jump into it.